Qualifications.
While Compra Chicos welcomes participation from all individuals who sincerely wish to improve the condition of our humanity and society withal, I do have some very basic guiding lines which I wish to see followed for the integrity and efficacy of such a collective and its operations, and I ask that division coordinators, leaders, observe these guiding lines among the group for which they are responsible and do their best to enforce them without crossing any ethical lines. Of foremost importance is that these efforts to foster the awareness and emotional intelligence of the population are not taken up by those who do not observe these same aims within their own lives on the personal level. The aim of becoming more conscious, self-aware, emotionally intelligent, and proactive in this opportunity that is existence. That may mean different things to different people, and I am not here to decide who is and isn't sufficiently motivated or self-aware, although I feel very strongly about this, viewing it as a basic matter of integrity that we do not expect of others that which we ourselves are unable or unwilling to accomplish. This may limit the number of participants within our collective, yet that is okay. This is not a rock band. This is not a street gang where you can get by on mindless impulse and aggression, and if it takes time for a respectable group of individuals to form, then so be it. Those who have not examined their own hearts and minds are in no position to counsel others. Indeed, we've no shortage of people trying to change the world, though with so many of them being motivated by selfish and neurotic stimuli, it is reasonable to believe that they have caused more harm than not to our sphere. We do not ask that you think and behave by some specific standard, willing that the individuality and agency of our participants be honored, upheld, and cherished withal. However, the basic substrate of civility, self-awareness, empathy, and fervor should serve as a common thread for all members. We may come to be regarded as strange and voracious, but let no one think to say of us that we were dishonest or unkind. Abuse of our system will not be tolerated. As Compra Chicos often deals in advanced psychosocial tactics, we see ourselves as responsible for making sure that they are used appropriately and in line with the benevolent and humanitarian uses hereinbefore laid out. Anyone caught using our methods for purposes that harm, exploit, and/or go against our stated aim, which is to uplift and enlighten the population, will be ostracized from the collective and dealt with in the manner of an enemy threat, and we must see it as our responsibility to do so. Harsh though it sounds, nothing that I am saying is out of line, especially when one considers the gravity of our operation. An aggressive aesthetic notwithstanding, Compra Chicos is not an extremist or hate group and will not stand for intolerance among its ranks. We establish ourselves upon a foundation of empathy, awareness, and philanthropic aims while aspiring toward health. And while our vision may put us at odds with certain groups on the ideological level, be them religious or political, our goal is never to tear down and desecrate, but to build up through the dissemination of knowledge and awareness, knowing it is ignorance rather than malevolence which eats away at the structure of our humanity. The ignorance which pervades these planes was caused by deprivation, and we ought not to punish the deprived beyond that which they have already known. Each and every individual that self-identifies with the Compra Chicos and wishes to take part in such a collective shall aspire and strive to live in accordance with the virtues hereinbefore laid out, seeing to it, above all, that they do not contribute to the suffering of humanity. That may come across as being more vague than can be upheld, and I do urge all participants to behave reasonably and sensitively when it comes to confronting the matter among their peers, if and when it should come to that, though I also wish to make it known that our banner will not be used to bolster cruel and abusive behaviors, and anyone who fails at this repeatedly, and unrepentantly so, is not our affiliate. Compra Chicos ought to embody inspiration, exhortation, curiosity, and enlightenment. Enlightenment, in this case, is considered neither a spiritual ideal nor a scientific ideal, but a human right, and refers to our becoming aware of our experience, our existence, our selfness, our emotional needs, our limitations, our surroundings, and our potential. It refers to our becoming aware of our disposition and trauma, and using that awareness not as an excuse to become lazy and entitled, but as a call to become accountable unto ourselves and others in how we react to our own limitations. And when an awareness of these things enters us, we become naturally attuned to the needs of our neighbor, and they who mind their neighbor can shift the plates whereupon all things rest. That is the enlightenment of which I speak so commonly within this document. The coming to awareness of the context in which we exist. The coming to awareness of the magnitude of this opportunity that is ours. I don't care that the masses believe as I do. I don't care that we enjoy the same songs and sauces. I only wish to be able to look out into the world and know with nary a doubt that the acts of the people are informed by veritable volition, decisions considered and acted out in awareness of one's options and of the potential consequences, rather than being the mindless product of indoctrination, insecurity and helplessness which speaks through them like a ventriloquist's sweaty hand. That is what I desire of this world, and to think that it is so beyond our means is ludicrous. Given all that I have said, a distinction ought to be made between one who makes a mistake, as all humans do, and one who is unabashedly beholden to sick and destructive patterns of behavior. Know the difference and know it well, for we are as opposed to witch hunting as to any misdeed, and where we wish to cultivate real humanity, we must make room for humanity and all of its entailments. Also, and this should go without saying, although my ancient way of speaking, as in my tendency to use the word man as a way of alluding to mankind on the whole, could potentially leave some with the impression of Compra Chicos as being some boys-only club, and that is absolutely not so. Our collective is open to individuals of all races, genders, orientations, and hairstyles. And if someone wishes to create a more exclusive division for whatever purpose, that is their prerogative. And perhaps there could be found some benefits to working within a similitudinary environment, e.g., girls only, queers only, introverts only. Though let it not be said of this format that it represents Compra Chicos on the whole or any sort of philosophical conviction.